Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Owlet postseason match. It's the Ohio OwOs versus the OwOs, who are, am I pronouncing that right, Elegant?
I believe it is indeed OwOs.
OwOs, representing the fine admins of the Owlet tournament here, providing a little postseason exhibition matchup. I'm Corvec, joined in the production booth by Elegant, with Build on the production yet again. Earlier, he was shouting orders like he was in control of a submarine. I like that, actually. Made me laugh. But looks like we're getting started here on Elegant. And how do you fancy the chances of the OwOs here, Elegant?
Well, the admins have a definite amount of variety to their team. There's also the fact that the OwOs are seasoned of, well, just teams. So we'll have to see if the admins are as coordinated and trained for this.
Yeah, certainly. Maybe a little bit of an uphill battle for the admins, considering that the OwOs have done quite well. They are from Ohio, though. Whether or not that counts against them, I'm not sure. Are they all from Ohio? I always wondered that. No, right?
I think most of them are.
That's
I could
great.
be wrong.
That's amazing. It's good for an Ohio sports team to do well. Shots fired. 100 angry Ohioans are going to be outside my house when I wake up tomorrow morning. Anyway, just waiting for the go-ahead here as we go into our first map on Ilios. And what a map it is. Since, of course, Owlet ended, we got the big, exciting announcement regarding Overwatch, which was the introduction of hero pools. I personally thought it was an okay idea. How did you feel about it, Elegant?
Honestly, kind of neutral, because I understand where they're thinking in that they were worried the community would just make a ban meta or otherwise exploit it in a way that no one would be happy with. And this way, they could allow for some interesting metas to pop up. But at the same time, I can also see why people aren't happy with it. Personally, I am fine with it because it might mean I can finally deal with people potentially trying to build around something in gold.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, honestly, like in silver or bronze, from my memory of being in those ranks, it's already like that. So it's already pure chaos. Why not add more gasoline to the fire?
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point in time, I remember the day. Oh, go ahead.
It's just like that one gif from the show, the worst show episode, the worst timeline, everything's on fire.
It's exactly what there was definitely a part of me on day of where I was just like, yeah, I was like the Elmo gif where he's like in front of the giant pile of flames, like, just let it burn. Like, let's get more in there. Looks like we are getting the ready ups here, so we'll be moving into our first map, which will be Ilios. We'll get an idea of what our first stage will be momentarily. Ilios, one of my favorite maps in the entire game. It looks like we'll be starting off at Temple Ruins. I can't even remember what this one's called. The archaeology site that apparently anybody can just walk into.
Yeah, apparently. And with the chaos of balanced Mr. Heroes, this is going to be really interesting to see how they destroy these precious historical monuments.
Right. You know, that poor cruise ship has been out there circling the island of Ilios for like 3 years now. Those people have got to want to get off by this point in time. As we get started, and it is an interesting combination of team compositions here. Double Orisa being run on the side of the OwOs. Meanwhile, a Winston Hog backing up a Bastion, of course. Just classic combos being run here. The old Winston Hog Bastion was obviously favored back in the days of Apex, but not so popular in the current meta. Looks like the early engagements here coming in. They're shooting back and forth. That double shield really helping out. But oh, it's an early death to Fortal with Bonezo getting in on the action. The sneaky Bastion on the flank, and he will get out of it alive, actually, as the rest of the OwOs come in and just try and close it down. All priority going into keeping Bonezone alive there as Jonathan cleans up with a little bit of help from Just a Seaman. And I think that that first engagement conclusively over there, Elegant.
Yeah, for sure. They may have been able to res back up Portal, but that's not enough to save the whole fight, honestly.
And they're coming back out with the ride, Winston. The swap's coming in early. Again, another classic from back in the old days of Owl. They've got an opportunity here to take out Penguinator, but it's Jonathan who goes down first early on. This Bastion trying to set up Keo, trying to get in a good position to chuck some fire down range. Actually, the two Bastions engaging briefly in a firefight. It's Bone Zone who blinks first. Meanwhile, Penguinator on the outside gets Fortal. Out comes the barrier. Damage being chucked in straight up the middle. Keo will be down. A brave effort by Mackie and his turret there to hold on, but the rest of the team will fall back. And interestingly enough, Elegant, Mackie has held on to this. I think he came out originally on Torbjorn, and now Keo has joined on another Torb.
I guess we're seeing some strong survivability on the Torb. Perhaps this will be the Torb meta.
Torb meta indeed, but Fortal, the tank, taken out early on as the Ohio OwOs just push forward. And now we've got a Nano Sigma on the field. Penguinator finally going down, but isn't enough. Keo dueling with the Sigma on the inside just by the temple, trying to get in, can't quite finish it off. The fight actually seemingly going away the way of the OwOs for the first time, and they'll begin to push forward here, Elegant, and they might almost be able to flip the point.
Might be not be enough though, as it seems that the OwOs have a strong point present, but Keo manages to balance it out a little here.
Well, Bone Zone is out of the action. Just Seaman holding on with the Brigida, trying to keep swinging. Gets pulled by the Roadhog, will stay up here. Seaman still alive on the point. Finally finished off, but just in time for the reinforcements to arrive. That countdown timer going up and up here, nearly at 99% as they continue to brawl around the point. But it's really Aurelius on the Moira just finishing off these weak targets, making all the difference. And at the end of the day, it's just Obscure holding on with a little bit of support from Keo. Now in drops yet another Moira. It's Rainbow there trying to keep the team alive, and they are a do or die situation here as there are 5 members of the OWO on the point. Rainbow taken out. Penguinator getting in on the action, and I don't know, Eliana, it looks like this one might be over.
Yeah, it seems that only this Zarya and Brig could potentially stall it out enough time, but there's still a strong point presence here from OWOs.
Well, Fortal and Wolfpack trying to fight it out, but there goes Fortal. Wolfpack has nothing left, and there's no one in touching distance there who can come in and take the win. Gotta say, this balanced Mystery Heroes is really a thing.
It really is. It's nice to have some heals and tanks, but it's still the random chaos that is Mystery Heroes.
It is really a thing. I kind of love it, to be honest. I don't think I've ever actually seen this like played out before in this style. It's really something.
It really is. And you can see the coordination of OWOs that they have carried in from their Owlet tournament participation.
The funny thing here is the OWOs are almost out of composition in terms of Mystery Heroes that you could probably see, like in a Diamond ladder match, right? Like, you know, somebody wants to play Ashe. Oh no, they lose to Reinhardt early on.
Oh no.
But if he suicides in Mystery Heroes, he comes back as Reinhardt, if I remember correctly. Yep. You're stuck with him until you die a glorious death in battle. But Aurelius coming back onto the point now, actually frontlining on the Brigida, tries to engage Fortal there. Instead, tries to go for the healers, but it's brutally cut down in the back line. No luck to be had there as Penguinator now moves onto point. Chucks out a Fire Strike, really gets no value out of it though, but Penguinator will assert kind of an early dominance here. But even as I say that, the OwOs are coming forward to enforce this time with Fortal in the lead. Oh, Penguinator goes for a charge, misses, and he's straight down the well, back into bronze, and Flatman follows him as well. And it's an early point flip.
I believe that, in a way, saved the Reinhardt pick for OWOs nicely there. Although I also believe we will be seeing some more charges like that from Penguinator.
Well, Mackie wins the Battle of the Ice Queens there in the kind of dead zone between these two fights now. Jonathan is coming back on the Bastion. Tight engaged here from Flatman, actually trying to get a cheeky hook in over the top of the shield of Fortal. Didn't quite succeed. Now it's Penguinator still on the Reinhardt trying to push forward. Fire strikes are exchanged, but really it's Penguinator and Aurelius who come out the worst in that situation. They're going to lose Rainbow down the well though if they're not careful. Rainbow manages to fly back out, and maybe a little bit of an unnecessary tack visor thrown there at the end, because why not? Flatman just getting chased down and destroyed. Bone Zone on the outside edge sees the specter of icy death coming for them and cannot escape in time.
And we see Rez managing to bring back Bone Zone, keeping that Ashe on their side with the ult charge.
Because Ash is exactly the kind of character you want to have in these tight, close fighting street engagements, as the OwOs will back up, the Immortality Field and Barrier out, but really not much value coming out of them. Blackman will be the only casualty here. Now a flank on the outside edge by Jonathan on the Mei again. Good freeze there, trying to push the opposite number out. Doesn't quite work, and they're forced to fall back. Valkyrie coming out now from Rainbow. Shatter in, and it's pretty big, actually. They'll push up into it, and the kill feed will light up red as the OwOs just get pushed right back into their spawn doors, and it's going to be an almost full team reset in terms of heroes.
I don't think they're gonna make it here, Corvic. They don't have any ults, and they're currently OwOs have a strong presence here, blocking the way.
Go Penguinator, he's the only hope. Penguinator touches, there we go. The Winston jump in the backline, that might force them to change just a little bit here. Keo popping the attack visor though, and that probably is the end of this fight. I say that though, he doesn't pick up with the built-in aimbot there. Instead, the kills kind of trading back and forth here as they swirl around the point. Penguinator's still alive, and sure enough, just as you were saying that, Elliot, they've managed to turn it around.
I suppose it's the caster's curse in that retrospect.
Oh, well, you know. Who could have expected?
Here, trying so hard to get out his legs.
Oh no, Kaio. Totally destroyed. That's a huge stagger as well, but I guess the team with 99% on the board has a little bit of time for that. Penguinator going up, dropping right back down. Maybe a little bit of an ineffectual jump there. Meanwhile, the Zarya Sigma combo trying to push forward. Boy, remember when that was a thing, Elegant? When they first released Sigma and people thought that was going to be the new comp?
For sure.
I remember that. It's a strange time. Overwatch is a strange game sometimes. Anyway, Zarya and the Sigma, though, not really getting a lot of traction here. Out comes Blackman swinging away. Meanwhile, Penguinator doing his best to be the most annoying monkey known to man. An early drop on Jonathan, though, does turn this into a 6v5. Even as they say that, though, the number is returned. And it's Blackman with a fire strike and then the pin as well to just destroy the members of the OwOs that they caught in that tunnel. And Blackman adds another one. Really, he had most of the damage there as well. C-Man gave him a little bit of a boost with the Nano and the Nade, but really, he was doing all the damage to begin with. Out comes Fortle here on the Sigma trying to push the corner, and it's not looking so hot for the OwOs.
Yeah, the OwOs really want to take that win here, and with Penguinator on the bouncy Winston, now he can enjoy diving in without falling into pits.
Well, a Sigma Orisa coming forward now, something you wouldn't particularly be surprised to see. Keo here on the Genji. Good ultimate there, but you see the tire coming out from Bone Zone looking for a target. C-Man is taken out of action. Bone Zone's tire up on top of the dome looking for victims. Immortality Field out against two. It's Rainbow and Wolfpack. Both supports taken out by the tire, and that, I think, might seal the doom of the OwOs. They started off so convincingly, but they're not able to hold on. Keo, the only one touching his natural predator, the Mei, right there, all over him, brings him down. The desperate attempt from Fortle to get in, but actually it's the Mei who drops on. That's Keo who puts the ice block down, allows some members of the team to trickle back in. Maki goes down, Fortle out of the action, Wolfpack follows, and that signals no, even as I say it. Obscure dives in, and Elegant there, not giving it up.
Unfortunately, though, there's only so much Winston without a pocket can do.
You can only bubble dance for so long.
And with that, he goes down fast. I love that when they play the games, it counts your swings into being an environmental.
Oh my, that was a play of the game. Fortle with the majority of the hero damage for his team. Absolutely amazing there, not gonna lie. 26% for Reinhardt. Well, I guess he wasn't always Reinhardt, to be fair, but pretty funny.
So it's, in retrospect, it's pretty good stats considering his for how short he might have been Reinhardt.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He must have been majority Reinhardt, I guess, to get the card, but wonder if they gave him all 500 hit points for Penguinator going down the well. Like,
that would have been amazing.
I've always wondered that, and I've been playing this game for a while. I've been doing the casting, all that stuff. I still don't know. Do the points for booping someone or getting an environmental kill? Do they count towards the total damage total that you do? I always wonder that.
I honestly am not sure. I do know you are credited the total amount of HP left on the person, so it could possibly be the case that damage is counted since it's converted into ult charge. So
yeah, all right, yeah, I can see that. You boot them off. I guess technically you're doing that much damage by using the well. Really
what
think
do you mean? It's full hero damage.
You're right.
And
you're
then
right.
some.
You think they would have put like some guardrails up around that by now, but I guess not.
Have you seen what players do to the guardrails?
Yeah, that's true. They do just destroy them.
Not gonna lie, as a DPS player, those guardrails are more annoying than useful.
Very true. Very true. Looks like we're getting the ready up here as they prepare to go into their second map, which will be Assault. I saw in the chat that it might be No Limits. I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing, but the map will be Paris. Everybody's favorite map. Can hear a million Overwatch fans crying out in pain as the Paris loads in.
Do you feel it in the Force?
Yeah, I do, to be honest. To be honest, I feel it every time I play this map.
All I know is when I play this map, I can't help but feel the call of the ball.
Yeah, I know. It's a very valid. I remember that was kind of like, at least down where I was playing in some tournaments, that was always kind of the strat. They set up the bunker and you just kind of run the ball at it. And you're like, I hope that this ball knocks some people out of the way so my team can capitalize.
Just going bowling.
Just going bowling, exactly. So it looks like we're...
Ready for battle.
Are we actually in No Limits? I kind of think we might be.
Quite possibly.
Given how hellish the composition that the OwOs are running right now, I can only assume that did not happen organically.
Yeah, for sure.
That kind of evil is manufactured.
We do see intentional picks and swaps, so it's quite possibly this is indeed No Limits, as it was with the All-Star games.
Oh my good god. 2 Bastions, 2 Orissas, a Mercy, and a Baptiste. It's like Satan designed a composition for Paris right there. Meanwhile, on the other side, 2 Brigidas, a Lucio, a Reinhardt, and a Zarya. 2 Zaryas is also quite impressive. I'm actually really interested in Elegant. I have no idea how this is going to go.
Personally, I think that the Bastions could maybe set up in different positions and totally split the attention here.
Oh no! Aurelius and Blattman just paced the attackers as they come through that narrow gap. That was dark. And the really sad thing was they almost made it. And then they got grab pulled back like twice.
Unfortunate.
Oh, tragedy.
But we do see the Mei pick come out here. Mei is an excellent counter against this kind of comp, but we'll have to see if they actually switch off. But if they did kept the Mei, that would potentially be a huge help here. It negates the shield and can act as a way to focus fire on the Bastion while keeping him out of protection.
All right, definitely some conversation going on here over in the dugout. They're actually going to get Rainbow and Mackie are both there.
I see we have the support players ready and able to totally cheese this.
Well, out comes the Pharah Force, engaging Pharah Force 5, coming over the top here, and just throwing in rockets, but Obscure already taken down. Oh no, it's an early anti-aircraft casualty as KO resurrects Obscure, and they continue throwing in rockets here. Oh no, another 2 land on the other side. The wingmen are losing track of who they're partnered with, and it's just disaster here as Formal and Wolfpack go down. And it might mean the end of this abortive air attack here as Mackie is taken out as well. Oh, I say that though, but Wolfpack gets just a Seaman down, and now the fight is going. They force the res out, but no, Wolfpack is dead. Oh, is it unbreakable? Is it unbreakable, Elegant?
It might be breakable if you pull out the Antarctic and go Mei with a bunch of supports, I believe.
Yeah, I don't really know that the Farah Force is working too well at this
We
stage.
might be able to see a collaboration of barrages to break them, but that might require putting a bit too much time into the strat.
Oh no! Flatman with the tank ultimate picks Obscure out of the air. No, res Obscure back in, but still. Oh no! They got one down. Of course, the Mercy res I assume will be coming in to get Aurelius. There's a barrage from miles away. It's an immortality field. Out comes the tank ultimate. Wolfpack and Obscure have yet to unleash their barrages though, so it's still an option. The majority of the defense here for the OwOs forced back. Obscure will go down, so one of the barrages is taken out. Portal out as well. There's the barrage. No value out of it. Totally shut down. Obscure going down as well, and it's a disaster. The Farah Force getting thrown right back out the gates. And one of the most humiliating Air Force defeats in a long time. They're still going for it though, Elegant. They're not going to give it up.
Sometimes you just can't fly an airplane against a machine gun.
Sometimes you just can't fly into two bastions. Sometimes it just doesn't work. But the OwOs are gonna try. Praise them. You gotta admire the courage. As yet another Farah falls. Oh no. It's a good thing nobody's playing Ana. She doesn't need to see this.
Unfortunately, there is now indeed an Ana in play.
Oh no. It's like they heard me say it. Tragic. Not exactly sure actually what the purpose of the Ana is. I'm assuming they're gonna like get a grenade in there. Fortal down again. As those guns just keep firing. The guns of Navarone, the guns of Paris here. Non-stop brrr noise. That's probably deafened all the members of the team. And round one is complete. Whew.
That was a strong defense there from the OwOs with the power of cheese. I guess France can be sometimes known for its cheese.
That's a good one. I like that a lot. Yeah, France is definitely known for its cheese, and apparently so are the Ohio OwOs right there. It's good to know that if they were free from the restrictions placed upon them by the game, they would just immediately descend to pure evil. Just like that.
For sure.
Just
I
an immediate
honestly
fall.
wouldn't be surprised if they've had practice before in these strats.
Somebody should probably warn the Ohio OwOs neighbors that the apocalypse comes, just don't rely on them for anything, because they are going to fall hard the minute Law and Order doesn't exist anymore.
Well, we see a very curious composition once again on the side of the OwOs. With the pharmacy coming back into play with two balls added straight to the mix.
Rainbow Keo, Wolfpack Obscure, with a Mercy, that's Mackie, and Fortal, who initially started on the Lucio, but then went Doomfist. So it's balls to the walls here as they reset the map.
We do see... I believe if we continue with this comp that we have witnessed, we'll see some very large amounts of dive from both sides.
Just noticed Build was zooming in on the advertisement with the dog. Spenny Moore.
Yes.
Play something fun this time.
I see that the admins are having a bit of difficulties coping with that comp they had to face.
Yeah, they're exercising their admin powers to reset the map there and maybe get a composition that doesn't feel like just pure, evil coming out of my screen.
Speaking of pure evil,
oh, that's just quite bad as well, actually. Really, all things considered.
I guess we'll be seeing the power of skill or just fill this map.
I never even, funny enough, the first thing I thought of was, I just don't know if they're going to be able to kill anything, and then I did not think about the idea of them simultaneously throwing 5 damage orbs at the enemy team is just horrifying, actually, to be honest. Not really sure what the Lucio's there for, but hey, why not?
I believe that the orb does about 400 HP damage before it's fully drained. So if you have 5 orbs sent out. That's quite a lot of damage.
Also, just pure evil in terms of the characters themselves.
Truly.
And they will throw out the orbs, and Jonathan is the early victim. But you see the ball's already coming back on to point. Blatman is there, but he's getting absolutely destroyed. There are probably inappropriate jokes I can make here, that I won't. But the Moira's holding strong, the Moira army. Oh no! They lose one victim if it's obscure, but they're trading for Blatman there. Of course, there is no res in this formation. The Moiras continue to hold on. They're fighting a single Pharah. Jonathan taken out of the action now as the second ball comes in. Already the Moiras turn their damage beams onto the ball. The lone hamster desperately holding on. He'll get Keo off the edge. That, in turn, is traded for Penguinator as the fight continues apace. They nearly take out Wolfpack, but he skates back on. Somehow, Bladman still holding on here as the ball, making all the work as Wolfpack is taken out of the action. And it's the last of the Moiras here on point. Elegant still trying to fight this one out.
Indeed, with the power of the ball stall, we're going to see a lot of attempts to get this point, but until there's enough damage coming out from both, either one of the sides or both, we're going to see a long, just back and forth here.
Multiple coalescences being unleashed now, and they're just targeting the beams in a cross-section on the two balls, trying to burn them down. Doesn't quite work, and now the entire point is covered in mines, which means that only Aurelius and Blatman can safely exist on it. Some of the mines finally getting cleared there, mostly by deaths, as the Moiras throw themselves forward in a very Lemming-esque fashion there to clear the way. And now Justice Seaman has come out with Penguinator and Jonathan switching over as well. And it's a lot of DPS, actually, and they're, wow, Bone Zone. Cleaning them up there, Elegant.
Yeah, I suppose once you bring out the burst damage, Moira's not going to stay alive for long.
I imagine that was exactly the discussion that they had, if we're being honest. Pretty hard to... You don't often see three Widowmakers all in action at the same time, and that does seem like a death knell for the Moira squad, if we're being honest. Though the Moira's hunting as a pack here, very wolf-like tactics, individually selecting a Widow and trying to take them out. They do succeed in getting Blatman, but Fordle will go down shortly thereafter. They all gang up on Penguinator, though, as they continue to move in a Moira herd? I don't know what we want to call that one, Elegant.
I'd honestly call it a danger of Moiras.
A danger of Moiras? A murder of Moiras, dare I say? The murder of Moira is now circling around a new victim, though, as Blatman will go down to a coalescence. Obscure, taken out of action, but still, four Widowmakers. A worry of widows? A warren of widows? I don't know. Really, though, it's the Moiras who are making all the difference. Mackie getting 2 with the damage orb. Look at that.
We do see a Diva come out here. Perhaps with just enough timing, we will see all those damage orbs go out of the equation and make everyone happy.
Jonathan finally getting taken down on the McBree. The kills trading back and forth as multiple Divas are coming out now on the side of the OwOs. A full swap across the board to everybody's favorite tank as they come forward. Okay, maybe not everybody's favorite tank, but at one point, yes.
Without the healing, they should also be concerned that the Moiras might switch off to Reaper or some other high damage hero.
Well, here comes the Mecha Force in hard on the point. Coalescence coming out on both sides here. One mech is down. Justice Seaman taken out of action. Blatman frozen because the only thing worse than fighting 5 Moiras and a Lucio is 4 Moiras, a Mei, and a Lucio. This time, it's the OwOs who are proving themselves to be basically pure evil, and I think, Elegant, we can safely say that Paris has brought out the worst in everyone.
I honestly don't think it's just Paris. It's this game mode itself that opens the world of creativity, and humanity, when given creativity, has the tendency to go absolutely evil sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. And thus, No Limits was never played again. Honestly, the Mei with the Moiras and the Lucio, god dang, that's really just fell.
And now we see a 3 DPS come out as well for the OwOs. They're probably hoping that focus down the Diva first and then take out the Moiras.
Alright, in punches Aurelius on the Doomfist, immediately burned down. No luck there at all. There's a Symmetra operating around here somewhere as Blackman comes across on the D.Va, now trying to go in for some kills, but it's really hard to work around all those coalescences coming out. Another D.Va flying back in. It's Penguinator this time, looking for a kill. Of course, respawn advantage favoring the defenders here as well, as the multiple D.Va assault force is slowly pushed back. One remaining baby D.Va getting staggered in a no limits game. Might be one of the saddest things I've seen in Overwatch in a long time.
Unfortunate. That's just the sad truth of being D.Va. Once you face people who know what they're doing, they will make your existence miserable.
And finally, Penguinator is slain. Coming back is a Symmetra trying to 1v1 duel a Moira on the outside. The fight boiling back towards the point as Aurelius is the newest victim of the murder of Moiras with a May Lucio chaser. Just a Seaman now holding on the front line, trying to get some in. A Blizzard is thrown, seems actually solely targeted on Blackman's D.Va, and sure enough, it will work. The baby D.Va is finished off post-haste. Now the fight coming back towards the point. You see Bone Zone actually there on the Symmetra, sneaking around to the back line, basically trying to shut off the spawn with turrets. Oh no, Maki is there though. Will shut down some of those turrets as well, and now it's a Symmetra v Maki fight in the back line. It does not go well for Bone Zone, who is taken out. Mechaforce throwing in a bomb. That, of course, is going to trigger all the fades. They will get one kill. Obscure is taken out of action. Dragons across the point now. Another bomb comes in. They're going to throw in the shield. Oh my god, the kills are starting to stack up. Do they have another bomb to throw? They don't. They probably wish they did. Oh, there it is. Blackman throwing it over the top. Warriors can only dodge so many, and the point's starting to flip. Here at the absolute last second, Obscure on the stall. There's one Hanzo just trying to fight it out there, trying to get rid of Wolfpack. Out comes Maki on the D.Va. The stall ball is real and elegant. It's just descended into pure chaos here at the end.
We see that the OwOs plan for the long game here, but can the OwOs play the stall game?
Turrets being chucked out on point. A Symmetra is back in the action. Blackman taken out. No ultimates on deck for anyone. Maki getting very close to a Blizzard here could be very telling. Just waiting to charge it up. Jonathan demech'd out and taken. Blackman coming back on the ball. There comes the Blizzard. Jonathan trapped in that. Jonathan will lose the mech. A Tracer coming back in now. That's just a Seaman touching on the Tracer. Tracer eliminated almost immediately. Blackman the only one left, and he gets booped away, which allows for them to hold on to the point. Tragic.
Unfortunate, but this still puts the OwOs at basically ahead of the OwOs here, as they capped further on the point than the OwOs had.
I'm gonna be honest, I am not sure how they're gonna count that game.
I'm not sure either, but I think they're going to put it in the favor of OwOs just by how it would quite possibly work based on how OwOs could not even cap the first point. And
well,
now,
there's oh, go ahead.
And now we see the GOATs row coming into play.
I was just gonna say, I see the word goats in the chat here. Looks like we will be getting a GOATs matchup as well, just to add to the horror that we have already witnessed this evening. Will it be King's Row? I don't know.
Quite possibly. But that is the primary GOATs map, after all, for everyone and anyone.
It's like the primary map in Overwatch. Who are we kidding?
If they needed one map to represent Overwatch, King's Row would be it.
Honestly, it probably would be. I feel like I play it all the time. I don't know why. Is it in rotation right now? I actually don't know.
I believe it is. I recall playing it recently.
Been seeing a ton of new body lately. Excuse me, yawning. Good lord. Been seeing a lot of Dumani lately, actually, which is the one I feel like I see a ton of people playing. That and Anubis. Tons of Anubis, for some reason.
Yeah, although personally, as someone who is currently playing May in the meta, Anubis is definitely great for me to be in the map pool.
Yeah, I can see it. I get it. I just noticed I muted myself for a second. First map they ever made for the game, actually, funny enough, was Anubis.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it was the first one. You can go back, and a couple of years back, I think, they released, 2 years ago, maybe one, they released a video all about the early development stages of Overwatch.
Oh yeah,
Very
I remember.
Interesting. Yeah, and they talked about Anubis, and they also showed what Hanzo's ult looked like. when it was in testing stages, it was just like two evil-looking reddish caterpillar-y things just crawling across the map. Horrific.
Honestly, the real
from...
horror was watching Bastion in that video.
Yeah, with the shield. Oh my lord.
Not just the shield, too. The fact that he could shoot through walls and that the different phases they had in trying to figure out his kit.
Yeah. There was, of course, once a point in time when the game was just solely Tracer. Just a bunch of Tracers running around shooting at each other on Anubis, which is pretty funny. Looks like they might have to restart this one because I don't know. I think they were trying to update the settings to lock into goats, and I don't know if it actually worked.
It seems like we do have goats, although it allows goats variants such as the Zen goats.
Yep, Zen goats. Yeah, both of these teams actually going with Brig goats, so a more maybe original like tradition. Because towards the end of goats, it was mostly Zen. It looks like Penguinator will actually be running the Zen here. They'll be forsaking kind of the main big healer role for that, as they actually have two Brigidas. Okay, I don't even know what's going on over there anymore. I remember these comps, Elegant. I remember this.
I remember having to play Brig. Oh.
I like Brig.
I did, and then they changed her, and I did.
Fair enough. I can understand that as well. All right. In comes the brawl, straight around the point. Boy, it's been a long time since I had to call goats. Keep an eye on those Reinhardts there, trading blows, but actually it's Aurelius who goes down first early on. Fortal pushing forward, tries to get the Shatter in, gets a little bit of success off it, but not really enough to make a telling difference. Fortal continues to push forward. Good bubble there. Allows them to take out Seaman and Bone Zone. Both backed off. They will have to reset here. A lot of their cooldowns will need to be mitigated for, but honestly, just aggressive pushing coming out on the side of the OwOs as they'll try and take it forward back into spawn.
With that, we see currently a relatively equal ult economy. I'd say potentially the OwOs have a little bit more of a chance here, as they now have their Zenyatta's Tranquility.
Well, to pop the rally here as well, Zenyatta trying to get value in, counter armor coming out here. Hammered down was thrown out. No real action off of that. Good grab out in the middle. Transcendent should counteract. Counter grab got eaten. Not a lot they can do about that, and it's a huge shatter to follow up. They'll throw in the sound barrier, the bomb as well. Great anti-nade coming in. Aurelius, the only one who goes down somehow, and now they're just trying to shove the attackers back out, but really the fight continuing to go here. Bone Zone will trade kills. Bomb thrown in on the other side. Gets one. It's Rainbow. It's a decent pick, actually, at this stage. They'll continue to fight forward here. Fortal getting a good charge there on Jonathan. A little tactical crouching at the end as well. Justice Seaman now trying to push forward on the Zarya. Slowly, the spawn advantage starting to tell for the attackers here, though, as it's Aurelius, now Bone Zone, who begin to transfer back in. And they're actually going to push most of the members of the OwOs back out, or the OwOs back out through the door here as the OwOs push forward. It's good shatter on the other side, but not a lot of follow-up, Elegant. And I think they will have this.
And they do. And now with the close-up nature of Ghosts, several members of the OwOs and OwOs are still fighting in spite of the cap. So we'll have to see which side gets the strong pick here.
Well, Rainbow goes down early. That should signal the opportunity for the staff to back off here, though they will obviously be doing so very slowly without their Lucio. That being said, Fortal's still trying to fight this out. They're actually going to invest the rally here as well, trying to up the armor. Fortal, though, will go down in spite of that added little bit of health. Great shatter, taking advantage of the absence of the Reinhardt. And up comes Bone Zone with Justice Seaman in the pocket. And the two of them will just slaughter everybody who's left in the gates. And it was a long, delayed death, Elegant, but perhaps an inevitable.
Yeah, and all of this while Prey gets to enjoy some relaxing music on the cart.
Exactly. Somebody's got to push it. It's all the way back there, by the way, which is actually quite fun. As they'll push forward here, you can tell that Penguin are trying to get a good angle in here. Be the next victim, as the OwOs really just looking savage and dominant here. The OwOs not having a lot of answers at this stage. Justice Seaman playing very well in tandem with Bone Zone, actually. The two of them creating a ton of space. They basically have this central area on lockdown, as Mackie is the latest victim to go under.
And with that counter charge there, that gives them a Rhine advantage.
Well, they've touched the second point here. The majority of the members of the OwOs up, still brawling around the door. They'll grab it, bomb! There's nothing they can do about that. The kills were already kind of getting in there, though, because it was Bonezone, Justice Seaman, and Blattman all combining really to put a ton of damage in on the point. Keo taken out of the action as well, and the long, slow ride of Aurelia still continues.
Yeah, at this rate, we're just going to be seeing a lot of spawn camping here, and so much progress being made with the card. But we, with both teams, we see a lot of ults ready to be used, so they need to watch out for that.
Well, multiple sound barriers unleashed. There's a bomb, there's a grab, there's a transcendence as well. Jonathan will be taken out. They actually lost Bonezone somewhere in the midst of that. Bonezone will get rezzed. Good shatter coming in on the side of the OwOs, and they're actually going to try and follow this one up. The OwOs finally together fighting as a team, trying to get very aggressive into the attack. But Bonezone with the Zarya and Aurelius on his side, trying to get back in. Oh, he goes for the shatter, but he gets nothing out of it. Now it's Fortal trying to put on the pressure. The two sides just brawling around here. And again, you can really see the technical aspects of Goats basically trading cooldowns at this stage. Wolfpack is a bad early kill, and there's a grab to follow it up, and I think that might signal the end of most of the OwOs resistance. Even as I say that, Fortal with the Nano will go down, and Elegant, it looks like they're broken.
Unfortunately, the OwOs are going to have to put a really strong push here if they want to stall, but they're not going to get it, unfortunately.
Not today. As a TV show liked to say, not today. And that ends the map?
They still have a potential push on the side of the OwOs, don't they?
I don't know. Maybe they're resetting. Was it quick play rules? I don't even know.
I believe it was accidentally set to quick play rules, but now they don't have to set the map.
Goats is hard. No,
It really is.
It really is. It actually pretty hard. It's not the kind of thing you just pick up.
Yeah, it's one of those comps that require perfect timing with cooldowns, coordination, call-outs, and just generally working as cohesively as a machine as you can.
It's very true. I mean, actually, back in the day of Goats, you could literally track winning and losing fights down to things like who was using their amp first and what they were using it for. You know, like how long you kept it on heal versus kept it on speed, depending on the situation. I mean, there's just tiny little variations in Goats can entirely change the way things go. Was it the most entertaining composition? I don't know. Was it probably the most technically difficult composition that we've seen? Probably. Mechanically, I don't know. You probably make an argument for Dive, but Ryan is a surprisingly demanding mechanical hero.
Yeah, and
we'll play and tell you.
And you can see that honestly, with all the heroes played in Goats, they all have their own technical strengths and difficulties. And you could argue that for some of them might have been overpowered, like Brig or Diva, but they still had their timing that you had to get down perfectly for Goats.
It's very true. Using shield bashes, stuff like that when you're on a Brig, very important. With the Brig changes now, she really doesn't function as well in this role, right? Like, she's not like a little mini tank anymore. Rally is not as strong, but hey, what you gonna do?
She went from a support who plays like an off tank to a utility support.
Yep. Very much so. Well, the fight boiling around the gates here, just outside the Alderworth Hotel. Patrons, no doubt, really enjoying the fact that two large German men are swinging hammers at each other outside. Early fight going the way of the OwOs here. Even as I say that, though, Justice Seaman finally starting to get in on these kills, but of course the spawn advantage entirely favor of the OwOs, not the OwOs. And the OwOs will begin to back up just a little bit as Wolfpack really playing aggressively on that Brigida Elegant, trying to keep the pressure on.
For sure, and it forces the OwOs to back up.
Well, there was a shatter in there. They got a little bit of value at it, but now it's coming out from Penguinator. Not exactly sure why. They're going to use this as an opportunity to push forward, getting super aggressive up in here. Bonezone swinging away with the hammer is forced to pause for just a second there because the Transcendence has run out. The counter rally coming out. There's a Diva Bomb in as well. It's deep in the backline. Actually gets Bonezone. He can't turn around in time. stuck between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea up there in the front. And now it's the turn of the OwOs to boil forward. Penguinator's taken out. It's a good grab coming in, but the Transcendence is there almost immediately to keep the team up. Sound Barrier out to counter. Both of the major support ults traded, but out comes the grab, and there's nothing for it. Shatter into the grab. Fortal trying to close it down. A bomb is thrown out almost in desperation. Counter Shatter comes. Wolfpack, the only victim, somehow still alive. Another Shatter coming out the other way, I think. I'm not even sure at this point in time. Pretty sure Bone Zone got one off at the very end there, and Elegant, it looks like they will have finally broken through.
Yeah, and with this really shows how Goats, you get a lot of ults built up in such a short time, to where whiffing an ult doesn't matter as long as you put in the effort to fight back and get the ult charge back quickly.
Jonathan coming in with the stall, discorded almost immediately, but he's given his team enough time to re-engage and somehow survived, because here comes Bone Zone with Blattman. Bone Zone will get Wolfpack, but he'll trade with his life as the fighting kind of boiling around now. Without their Reinhardt though, good Shatter in! Somehow Zenyatta avoids it, but the damage is there to follow up, helping Fortal clear the deck just a little bit. Now Batman will lose out. Jonathan somehow still alive on the Lucio, will duck back into not the hotel. Unfortunately, with him not there to contest, the point will fall.
Yeah, which in turn gives the OwOs 3 extra minutes on the clock. We'll have to see how both sides make use of their ults and how they can stall this out, see if OwOs can make as strong of a push as the OwOs.
Well, here comes the first challenge. Big grab thrown in almost immediately. Out comes the Transcendence to counteract the majority of the grab's effects. Counter grab come out, eaten by Blattman. Blattman doing a really good job of shutting those down. Great Shatter on the other side, though. Hitting a big one. Diva Bomb over the top, forces the Transcendence, but really it's Bone Zone doing the lion's share of the work, getting 2, make it 3, just as Seaman alongside the Reinhardt boiling forward to help him out. You can tell that Zarya's charged up because she looks like she bathes the nuclear waste, Elegant.
For sure. She is just glowing like a Christmas tree.
How appropriate, it's Christmas now. Just getting in the festive spirit.
For sure, even if we had the festive spirit a few months ago.
Yeah, just a little bit. What is time, really, but a human construct. Anyway, Wolfpack takes out Aurelius there. Diva Bomb over the top. Might be a little short, somehow still gets obscure. I don't know, nobody knows. Out comes Bone Zone. He's brought down by Keo. Blattman in danger, will get taken out of their mech as well, and now it's the OwOs back on the press, having finally gotten through this archway.
Unfortunately, Justice Seaman seems to be unable to escape with his full charge.
Tragic.
Which is a huge blow, as he's now going to have to build that back up here.
You hate to see it. You really do. Aurelius way out in front here, kind of playing the flanks. Trying to sort of wait for the rest of the team now to regroup. Blattman and Bone Zone are there, but Aurelius still playing really far forward. Good Shatter coming in, unfortunately not getting a lot. They will follow up on it very convincingly, though, because it's Aurelius and Bone Zone taken out. And here comes the rest of the team piling forward. All power to the thrusters here as they try and engage. Look at Wolfpack all the way out. Just dueling way up in front of the rest of the team. Don't tell the Brigida she needs backup, because clearly she did. Good lord.
She's playing like old Brigida, in which
old
she can
Brigida.
pretty much charge forward and everyone here do.
This is Brigida when she just chewed through everything, be it players or scenery. They're fighting again on the front line. Fortal will be the early casualty. Penguinator making the orbs count there on the Zenyatta. Look at the space that Zen has. Sound Barrier thrown out now, answering the cry. The grab will come in almost immediately afterwards. Transcendence thrown out as well. Wolfpack out. Counter Transcendence coming out as well. It's a fiesta of ults. There's a bomb in as well, because why not? And it gets obscure again. Oh no. Terrible luck for the Zenyatta player as the rest of the OwOs just push forward and close down right outside the spawn doors.
Unfortunately for the OwOs, and unfortunately for the OwOs, there seems to be have been a lot of commitment with ults on the side of the OwOs, and with the OwOs, we see a Diva Bomb and Grab ready to be in play with no Transcendence to be seen from Penguinator.
Well, there's the grab. So out comes the bomb almost immediately. It's well placed, but was it enough? No, good Sound Barrier there will cancel out most of the damage. Well played by Rainbow. The two sides engaging again, boiling around the point. Neither side really getting advantage here despite those ults being invested. Wolfpack does have the rally out right now, and they are finally using that to turn the fight. Fortal getting an early kill. Mackie and Obscure there as well. The Zenyatta duel not going in favor of Penguinator. Now they're pushing forward. It's just Bone Zone trying to hold him off, and that's a bad place for the Reinhardt to be.
And with that, we are seeing the OwOs get their revenge, going for the spawn campus to their best extent.
Oh, Obscure gets Penguinator again! Trying to assert his Zenyatta dominance until he's getting to Penguinator's head because Penguinator typed nice in match chat. The OwOs pushing forward now. They're getting close. There's a last minute group up. They're coming in for the stall. Shatter coming out. Grav coming out. Transcendence in as well. And the two sides trying to hold on, both of them, by their fingernails here, fighting around the point. Keep in mind, still 3 minutes left, though, on the clock. Transcendence unleashed. Fortal. Oh, my lord. Fortal, oh my lordle, I should have said, missed that opportunity as they push forward and complete there. So both teams winning out, and it looks like they're discussing calling this one a draw.
We do have to consider how much time both teams have on the clock here. Unfortunately, we do not have the competitive rule set, so we can't really see how that would play out here. And we see that Justice Demon has 72% average energy. He did an excellent job here on this map for Zarya.
Obscure had 3,520 something transcendence healing. That's
the meta of stat padding.
It's the meta of champions. My lord. Imagine just being a Zenyatta and half your trans. Oh my lord. What a time! What a time it was!
It truly was. And now it's had its end. We may never see it again except for in moments of pretty much memery or for fun.
Madness. You could also call it madness if we're being
True.
honest.
Memery or madness.
Memery or madness. Looks like they're trying to figure out what they want to do here going into their next map, which will be a control. So we'll get an opportunity to see a variation in game mode. The Ohio OwOs won both the first two maps. Moving into the hybrid, they're going to count that one, I think, as a draw. So control, an opportunity to maybe try and push this towards one entire... I'm looking at the Havana. Did they say what they were going to play? I must have missed it. No, they're just talking about maps.
Yeah, there's a discussion about maps, and it looks like we'll be seeing Route 66 for whatever game mode this is going to turn into.
Whatever game mode. God only knows what game mode we could see. Capture the... Anyway. 1v6 also suggested. I'd like to see floor is lava. I don't know. Gun game. I believe that was
There is also the potential of Diva Egg.
Diva Egg, yes, that's a good one as well. There's many opportunities, many varieties of game mode. Just a practice range for 10 minutes. Give them all an opportunity to warm up.
Whoever kills the most bots wins.
Whoever kills the most bots wins. Actually, that could be semi-entertaining. Like a demolition derby with bots.
For sure.
Route 66, the map coming up. Looks like they're arguing mostly about who won the last map, and less about what this map is going to involve, which is pretty funny, all things considered. So when I went to BlizzCon this year, and when I was at BlizzCon, they had Coca-Cola had a recreation of the diner from Route 66 that you could go into and wander around. It was pretty cool. I got a hat. I have somewhere in my room a diner trucker hat, the Overlook Diner. I got a pin and stuff. It was really something. I kind of wish they'd had t-shirts actually, but they did not. They even had the payphones. No joke.
It sounds exciting, but did they sell coffee that always has tasted like dirt?
No, they did not sell coffee that always tasted like dirt. Probably because it was sponsored by Coke. All you could get was Coke. But hey, it's all right. They were making an effort. I can appreciate it. I thought it was funny. All right, what are we looking at here? Now they're talking about doing production versus the team. So
Oh
we're way
no.
off script. Yeah, I don't play on PC, so I'd be totally out of luck. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I'm
I'd be coming in
gold,
with a
so I feel
controller.
like I'd be at a disadvantage as well.
I'm a masters on console, which they tell me is the equivalent of silver on PC. So I feel like I probably wouldn't do too well. I got a lot of game knowledge though, or so
Sometimes
they
it's
tell
the
me.
game knowledge that matters more than just generally being able to aim.
Yeah,
As long as you've got the brain, sometimes the aim isn't as important.
mechanical skill not there in me, but yeah, sure, brain, why not? Big brain. Looks like they haven't quite decided what they want to run here. They're swapping out teams currently. I don't really know why. Um,
Suddenly, I don't know what I signed up for anymore.
yeah, they can't put us in because we're casting. So first person duration of the gameplay would be pretty weird. Not gonna lie. I guess it would be like streaming, but you wouldn't also when you stream, you're generally not trying to capture what everybody else is doing as well. As they look like they're just making some swaps here before we get started on Route 66.
Potentially.
Potentially.
And apparently, we're going for pug style of routes on Route 66, where we get two captains picking from between the team rosters of the admins and OwOs.
We moved into a draft format here on Route 66. Can appreciate it. Various teams signing.
The question is, who gets the win?
I don't know. Penguinator, Mackie, Fortle on one side, Teddy, just a Seaman on the other. Aurelius now getting picked up by that squad as well. A confusing selection of icons as well, because I'm pretty sure the Ohio OwOs were all trying to go for country flags, and now they're just scattered to the winds across everything.
When you're on, when your crew's on point, but the world says it's not to be.
It's not to be, exactly. Bone Zone going over to the side of Penguinator, Mackie, and Fortle. Looks like they're trying to figure out which voice chat they should be in as well, so why not? As our thrilling Wilden. Yes, actually, though, it's the Wild West of Overwatch on the Wild West map of Overwatch. And you can see the pics live on screen. Thank you, Build. This is the thrilling content that people have come here for. It's the Ohio OwOs versus the OwOs, the admins, here trying to pick their teams that are going to go up against one another. Jonathan has now gone over to the side of the OwOs. So, some opportunity for selection. Weird, your background is Legion. Mine is definitely not that. Wolfpack now getting picked up by the OwOs. An interesting pick here at number 5. It's like the
the thrilling world of player picking. Nothing like sitting in the lobby watching this going on.
Both the NBA and the NFL make an entire production out of this, just to be fair. But then again, there are maybe millions of dollars being involved, and not just the personal pride of the.
Meanwhile, we're volunteers, specifically handpicked volunteers that were brought up for tonight.
Somebody has to do it.
Yes.
Not doing it for Owlet. I'm doing it for America.
And to be fair, too, the casters are playing. Regular casters are even playing in this match.
Are they really?
Yeah, Penguinator and Rainbow.
Nice. All for one for all. Looks like the OwOs taking a long time to pick here. Production? Who is producer right? Drama. As we wait tentatively on the OwOs' next pick.
What?
The crowd holding its breath. The OwO fans are waiting.
I don't think Bill signed up for this.
They want to pick the producer. That's actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like Clay Lamau and Keo are the last two picks here, filling out the squad. That leaves just the casters sitting in the spectator chat like the fat kids after a kickball game. It's okay though. I'm used to it.
True.
Big sad.
Funny enough, I was in a pug earlier, and I never got picked because the lobby is in that awkward position of too many people, but not enough to split.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Exactly.
Hi, I got
Hello.
left out of picks, so I'm here.
Welcome to the casting booth. This is one of our fellow casters, as we mentioned, Rainbow.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh to you, good sir. Ooh.
So, what are you expecting from both of these teams, Rainbow?
Throwing just all around.
Nice.
Pure throws.
Pure throws.
Truly, but do you think we'll see some crazy plays in the meantime?
I definitely think some weird stuff's gonna happen, because if weird stuff doesn't happen, they're all losers.
This is true.
Aren't you glad I joined the caster booth?
Yes, actually.
How did you get past security? Anyway.
I am security.
Exactly.
I am security. Don't know why the stream is entitled "Anime is Legal" either. It's pretty funny. Whose idea was that? Thank you for the bits, Ford. I assume those bits. Yeah.
Yes.
Climbing to the top of the Owlet leaderboard with 10 bits donated.
Pog.
But can you be the cursed one known as Merge?
Yeah, raking it in over here, Owlet.
But yeah, let's see. This is gonna be an interesting one. I'm curious what happens when OwOs go against OwOs.
Oh, whoa, Civil War.
Friendships are broken and tears are shed.
Brother fights brother. You know, the standard script for this sort of thing.
The good thing is, Jonathan can continue trying to kill Raven, which I believe was his only goal here tonight.
That's unfortunate, as Raven is the all-powerful OwO.
Yes, she's too powerful. Ignore the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, you can't have it exist when Raven's in play, you just break it.
Yeah.
They're letting them win, I believe, is the...
Yeah, we were just letting them win.
Just gotta keep their pride up.
Yeah. Don't want to alienate people, you know? That's not what we're about here.
Yeah, we want the OwOs to feel good.
Skills. Yeah, with your amazing skills. Don't want to shut them down. As we get a good look at Route 66 here, post-train wreck. Well, imagine if they released a version of the map that was like pre-train wreck, where it's just like a giant bridge above everything.
Yeah, that would
All this area is just
be a
wide
lot
open.
less cover. If you thought Widow's bad enough here,
Yeah.
imagine it without the trains.
Oof.
Very true. Very true. Would be quite the sniper's alley, all things considered.
Just imagine if they did what they did with WoW and just Cataclysm event, all the maps change.
I mean, that's what they did to Nimbani in some ways.
And they still haven't cleaned it up. Anyway.
Yeah. And additionally, Winston's lab, it was before his cinematic was actually without a hole in the glass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They do have that subtle change thing that going on here and there, depending on the cinematic.
Just takes him a couple of months, years, decades.
Corbin, you're doing play-by-play, right?
No, it's just like the theories have said. It's all a simulation.
You're just chilling in the caster booth today.
No, I'm doing what amounts to play-by-play in this topsy-turvy series of matches here. As we look for the initial engage, and there is a Widowmaker, Mackie up on the high ground, trying to get an early pick, can't quite find a target. Obscure, playing fast and loose there, actually.
And we do see Seaman coming in with the Tracer in the back line.
Seaman looking for picks, can't quite find anything. The tank's engaging on the front. Mackie taken out of action here. Good anti-nade in there on the front will actually help Clay Lamau, who's just burning away with the Tesla cannon as they try and push forward. And slowly but surely, the red team getting pushed back into the doors here.
I do have to commend OwOs for playing some dive here, making this nice and interesting for us.
Indeed.
Or not, it's not the OwOs, these are mixed teams. I'm brain dead, that's fine.
You know, I'm just
The blue team. The blue team.
Yeah.
Speaking of mixed teams, as an admin, in a totally not biased way, would you say that they would count for their scoring here as OwOs and OwOs, or OwOs or OwOs?
I don't know. I think it's just got to be a mix.
Suppose
Got a nice
so.
mix of teams.
And in a way, that mix means either way.
Although I will say blue team only has one admin on it, so
Fair.
Bit of a sedate pace of gameplay here, actually, kind of dancing around these shipping containers with no real push coming in. Maybe seeing a bit of the weakness of the dive getting pushed out there. Sound barrier will come down from Jonathan, trying to keep things alive. Clay Lamau, though, the newest casualty here, as finally the red team starts to gain traction for doing the majority of the work here. Out comes the minefield, and a good pulse bomb by Just a Seaman as well to take Mackie out of the action. Minefield cleared soon enough, and Aurelius is taken out. Now it's just a little bit of stagger town here for the folks on the blue team.
yeah. And if I remember correctly, Sasha or Skira here was the first pick in that going down, and we see the grab coming out as well from Ford Gang. Nice 2 picks there. Looks like they're going to be kind of rolling through point A right now. They just need to kind of keep this momentum going.
Fordo looking absolutely vicious on that Zarya, racking up yet another kill as the fight is back to the point. Oh no, they've lost a Reinhardt. Bone Zone gets taken off, but it won't slow down the red team, and an oof in the match chat. Very grim there as they try and push forward. Penguinator on the high ground on the Soldier 76 will chase off the Lucio, but he's immediately confronted by a Winston coming over the top as well. That'll create enough panic that he'll drop back down and into the welcoming embrace of the rest of his team. Teddy pops the Dragon Blade.
Move with the beat.
But the beat is there. Tac Visor coming in as well. Why not? Throwing everything but the kitchen sink into this one. And the Tac Visor cleaning up with a little bit of help from the bomb.
Yeah, some nice back and forth kills there. 1 visor, 1 bob, 1 visor, 1 bob. And then extra bob just for fun.
Yeah, you know, all fair for Bob. Bob got to get in. Get his licks in. His robotic licks.
For a second there, they almost forgot the payload.
Just for a second.
Ooh, Seaman gets that nice headshot onto Raven though, or Maki here.
Obscure really struggling, and Seaman
Ooh,
with
and
delivering another one, giving Keo a taste of the Viking crew cut right there. As there's a shatter that comes out and gets absolutely nothing. As Clay Lamau and Aurelius just combine to bring down the majestic Bone Zone on Reinhardt.
Seaman is currently shredding right now on the Widow. Definitely a good switch off from that Tracer here.
Indeed, you can see those shots coming in fast and furious from the position up there on top of the saloon, and Penguinator, the next victim of this incredibly deadly sniper. Good sound barrier there to cancel out most of the Grav, not before the Winston ultimate is forced. Now there's an angry monkey. It's Mackie who goes down, and just as Seaman takes out Keo again. Good lord, somebody stop this Widowmaker.
Yes, I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do here to take out Seaman. No one really had the answer in regular season of Miners, so I doubt anyone's going to have a grand answer here.
Oh, Seaman just not quitting. Bone Zone, the latest victim there. And now the mines are all over the front door, and things are looking real grim for the blue team here. As most of the survivors of that initial push are pushed right back up to their spawn door. Finally, the red team will get the opportunity to push out. Bone Zone trying to clear a little bit of space, walking into the minefield, trying to destroy as many of them as possible. Not exactly sure where Justice Seaman is. I don't think she's sacrificed that position up on the high ground. No, the Widowmaker's still there. Jonathan is taken out. Aurelius will go down as well. Is it finally time for them to push through? Justice Seaman, though, takes Mackie out almost instantaneously. Now it's Justice Seaman basically trying to turn the tide with a little bit of help from Clay Lamau, who drops the bubble there. Not exactly sure why, but it's Wolfpack who will go down next, as this Widow sniper spree just won't quit.
Yeah, just continuing to put in the work there. Maki is trying to push back on it a little bit, but without much success. Was able to take out Jonathan. Ooh, we have the EMP coming in here, and 2 kills for the OwOs. But Seaman falls to a grab from Ford. Maybe a bit excessive. I'm feeling that was solo grab. But we see Teddy coming out with the visor, getting a 2K.
It was indeed a solo grab on the high ground, just to take out Seaman's Widowmaker. But the Tac Visor will secure things. Teddy, the hero of the hour there for the team. Now desperation time for the red team here with 45 seconds left on the clock. They'll regroup briefly, then split up again, like they're the cast of Scooby-Doo, as they come back here around the point. Finally, oh my, Penguinator and Wolfpack both taken down early on, and that pretty much seals their doom.
Yeah, they have to dive very, very quickly here to maybe get one last good fight in.
No,
Just
Teddy's
trying
just
to
gonna
retreat.
clean him out. Why not?
Oh, in the mines in the hallway.
Oh, just dark.
Weren't able to get forward with that though. Which I do believe was the goal.
Sadistic, almost, to be honest. Here they are, regrouping again. 10 seconds left on the clock. Is it going to be a desperation pick? No. Mackie taken out almost immediately. Walks straight into the minefield. Bone Zone tries to touch. Does not make it. Fortle, the only one who's really... No, Wolfpack there. There was a touch by the Tracer
Ooh,
as well.
Penguin does
Penguinator
the kill?
actually getting a kill. Keo on the point, trying to avoid getting killed by Justice Seaman in the back line as Penguinator goes down. Grab thrown in, gets no one. Aurelius, Jonathan, and Teddy here trying to contribute to the cleanup as Teddy just has a secure position on the high ground. And I think that just about seals it. Nice boop.
So I think what we're determining is that maybe OwOs are better than the admin team, which was thrown together in about 2 seconds.
No one can
Yeah,
Just maybe.
It could potentially be the case. Yeah, that nice amount of training and camaraderie could maybe give an edge.
is it the time for wild speculation like this? I don't know.
I don't know. We don't
need to look
worry
at the
about-
evidence.
We don't need to worry about that. This is an official match or anything.
It is though. Like if the Ohio OwOs win, they take over Owlet.
Yeah, that's actually
It's
true.
like
There's a
it's
lot
like
of stakes on the line.
Mortal Kombat. Like if they win,
Well,
they
in
take
that
over
case,
Earthrealm.
why aren't we playing more dramatic music over this?
Very true. Very true. Man, that just a semen on that Widowmaker is actually terrifying.
You know, looking at the team comms here, it looks like it's more like the OwOs fighting the OwOs.
Yeah, pretty much. You just got some admins sprinkled in for funsies.
At this point, maybe they're fighting over which part of the OwOs takes over Owlet.
Yep. OwO Civil War in full action. The admin cannon fodder just there for the entertainment of just a Seaman. His practice on his Widowmaker. Lord.
Yes,
We are seeing the Widowmaker coming back, so
Yeah, last time it was Raven trying to duel just Seaman, but now we have Penguinator taking up that role.
heroic, stepping into the line of fire. Not a duel I would willingly take as they get started here, and you already hear one Widow shot coming out. No victims as of yet, but I'm sure that won't be the case for long. Jonathan taking a little bit of a peek-see there, decides it's not really worth it. Just a Seaman now trying to set up for some good shots up onto the high ground, but there is a shield there preventing him from getting the majority of the value out of it. Jonathan, however, gets trapped in the corridor and beaten to death, as is the fate of many Lucios.
Ooh,
Oh,
Penguin!
Really big! Oh, boy! Just a Seaman.
And then goes and is toxic in chat right after that. But Adson, I love you.
Just a Seaman blaming it on the halt, of course.
Nothing says friendship, it's like just telling someone how much you hate them and how much you love them.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Well,
And you know, getting a nice headshot.
Just a Seaman trying to get in position here, but things not going well on the line as Aurelius trashed. That lives Clay Lamau, who runs off, leaving Teddy in a bit of a dangerous spot there. And sure enough, the Ana will go down. Clay Lamau dropping in, spraying missiles on his dead teammate's body, whether in mourning or in anger, hard to tell. As the fight continues, just a Seaman trying to get a good position, trying to get a shot in, finds the target. That's Keo who goes down here. Now Penguinator trying to get in range, just a Seaman as well. The Widow duel, really the focus of these two teams as a Diva Bomb chucked into the backside, gets no one. And the fight continues apace.
Ooh, Jonathan getting a kill onto Raven as his goal always, with a swift punch to the face. And just even taking out Penguinator there. And it continues to be the OwOs stopping the OwOs.
Indeed, well, it's pure vengeance on that one, I think, on the part of Seaman, as yet another mine kill, and there have been a lot of Hammond mine kills in this match. That's odd. Don't usually see that many, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Mine's
not
bad.
really.
Stay away from them. It's if you're close enough to hear him taking, you're too close, as there's a searching Diva. I don't even know.
I don't know where that was intended to go, but it did not get any kills. Teddy gets that kill out to Bone Zone there to start off with.
A bit of a fireworks display from the Diva to start things off, and just a
Ooh.
Seaman taken out by Penguinator. Penguinator's clear. He gets another one on Teddy, but isn't enough to team as the blue team begins to push back on kills. And there's a brawl brewing around the point as well. Penguinator actually on the ground, firing away with the assault rifle there. Now moving up and trying to get a high ground position, probably looking to scout out Seaman coming back. And sure enough, I think that's exactly what's going on. Play will lose.
Ooh,
out comes the
nice
reroll.
boop. It's great boop to cancel out most of that damage from the Death Blossom.
Yeah, no value to be had there as Justice Seaman wins the duel. Now Justice Seaman is in the to get in a couple of Widowmaker shots. Unfortunately, not quite finding the value that they did earlier. Rissa shield baffling a lot of things. Out comes a giant Somber Hack, though. That's 5 taken up in that. And now it's Aurelius and Obscure just going to town on the point, and they will complete.
No one can hide.
Yes, not a lot of space left for the OwOs to be defending here. Because the OwOs only need to get about halfway through point B. Ooh, add some early picks. It's looking good for them right now.
Indeed, Justice Seaman and Obscure, the 2 DPS, going to work here on the initial stages. Clay Lamau stunned twice. Unfortunate. Will get taken out. There was a whole hog in there as well. Had a portal at some point in time. Was playing Roadhog.
Goes out with a nice halt, guaranteeing Seaman's death.
The old Holt sniper.
Wolfpack going off on this McCree right now, bringing him home to Route 66.
Oh, that's another minefield, and Bone Zone getting a significant damage on that one here.
Ooh, another kill from Wolfpack.
Wow, that McCree
Coming
really
out hot here.
Bone Zone finally falling victim to Aurelius as the kill feed starts to light up blue, and now it's just down to Maki. And another mine kill as Fortle drops in the bomb. Oh, to finish.
Yes, and no one left to contest.
Tragedy.
Victory.
And this is where we see a guaranteed win for the OwOs, no matter the outcome.
Oh,
I don't know.
always win.
If OO versus OO, is there really a victor? Like, no matter who wins, we lose.
No one can hide
Just a
from
Seaman there
my
looking for 1. Okay. 2? 2! Nice.
It's not as clean as I was thinking it would be.
Yeah, just ignore the bit in the middle though, and it was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. No joke. And is that the end? Or is there one more? Not that I want to go eat dinner.
Eating's for losers.
Yeah, it's true.
No, eating's for champions.
Alright. Gotta eat your Wheaties. Looks like that will be the end of this postseason exhibition match here. Well, no, okay. They're trying to determine who they have left in the building. Waiting. Bated breath. It would be a control map if they stuck around, but it's not clear. Have the producer play. That would be weird. Production is free to play, unlike Overwatch. Looks like we're
figure out where I'm
dropping
supposed to
numbers.
go from here, but I think everyone has officially left. the
Yeah,
server.
looks like we're running out of numbers pretty quick here, ladies and gentlemen. So we probably will be calling this postseason exhibition match here, and it looks like the final scoreline was the Ohio OwOs 3, the Owlet Admins 1, though possibly 2, depending on who was arguing who won King's Row. We do hope that you have enjoyed this rather strange postseason matchup here between the Admins and the OwOs. I've been Corbeck, joined by Elegant.
And with us, we have our special guest, Rainbow, straight from the
Rainbow.
team of Uwu.
Yeah,
Uwu.
thank you so much for dropping in, Rainbow, from Uwu to help us out there on Route 66. And thank you very much to Build on the production for taking us through all of this and somehow avoiding being put into play at any given time.
And with that, we have seen the Ohio OwOs crowned kings of and potentially queens, if they have any who prefer that title, of Owlet.
There are no queens on OwOs, sad face.
There are no queens on OwOs. Oh my. All right. I assume build is going to end production, but I'm not actually sure. They're transitioning to a free-for-all, so I'm starting to get nervous.
Please let us go to our families.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's Corbeck, Elegant, Rainbow, and Build. Thanking you for watching this postseason match. Have a wonderful evening from all of us here at Owlet.
Sleep well and have a great night.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. See you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'll tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger with small turns.